Welcome to ITTV.
Welcome to the Irrational Time Studio. That's right. Designed by a boomer. This is where the whimsy is made. Featuring a 1980s triple keyboard, Star Trek bucket chairs. Wow! Is that a lava lamp? That's cool and fun. With novelty-sized studio lighting. Totally unnecessary. And walls that only a stalker would envy. Thank you, and we hope that you will enjoy yourself.
The world is going to hell in a handbasket. Big tech is making it harder for a guy like me to make an honest buck in the video pirating industry. I'm one of the forgotten victims of online censorship. I can no longer put the most recent Hollywood movies online for my own profit without receiving a pesky takedown notice from that big city Susan whatever her name is. I don't know that CERN opened a portal to Uranus and is altering our memories, but just in case, we have a plan. So introducing Irrational Rentals. Find all your favorite movie moments at our exclusive warehouse, far, far away from Susan and all her googly friends. So come and try to take these movies from me, Susan. Rent a VCR and choose from a wide variety of Hollywood hits that are limited to releases produced before the advent of the DVD. Or relax in comfort at our in-store viewing area. So come on down to where we've been Mandela free since 2012 and the terms and service of internet platforms don't apply here. As a sovereign citizen, I'm bound to no man-made law, only the law of nature. And coming soon, Atari games. Irrational Rentals. You'd be crazy not to come here.
Rewind fees supplied.
Do something for you. We will transform you into the sexiest fashions. Let me turn you into a tasty sausage. Yeah, we put the fashion. And what would you like for this fashion? If your dream is to be fashion, we will make you into fashion. Herr und Fraulein, do you want to be sexy? We are waiting for you.
If you know that this is true, then comment on down below. No, Thomas, no, Thomas, no, Thomas, no. Step 1, find a girl who's wearing a bikini. Next step, hug her, that part is easy. It's Thomas's bikini birthday party. No, Thomas, no, Thomas, no, Thomas, no. If you know that this is true, then comment on down below. No, Thomas, no, Thomas, no, Thomas, no. Bikini party at the Safeway. No, Thomas, no, Thomas. Bikini party every day. No, Thomas, no, Thomas. He's gonna give it all up in 2020 anyway. No, Thomas. Bye.
Ian Michael, Glass Art, head of the British Garage Door Repairers and Glassmakers Association, Lord Clarence Cobblepot.
Well, I truly have no hesitations. It's just Ian Michael is a visionary, possibly the most wonderful, talented glassmaker we've ever seen, of this generation. I recommend him to all of our service members and all of our union members who require only the best in quality.
Ian Michael Glass Art, not just dildos and butt plugs.
What's up, my brothers? What's up, Thug? Looks like y'all don't even have any knitted coverings for your gun. Ha, that shit looks plain as hell. Y'all got to head on down and check out Maureen at Maureen's Handmade Goods. She'll cover up that shit right. She'll hook you up with the finest crochet gun covering you ever saw. Make that shit look hard, tight. She just don't handle guns. She can knit and crochet anything. Scarves, hats, sweaters, socks. She even be hooking up your baby mama with stuffed kids' toys, blankets, and baby things. Someone in your crew got an extensive glass collection? Well, she knits beautiful pouches made with the softest merino that will not scratch, sucker. You can bet on that shit. You dealing with Maureen, you dealing with a real one. She's an esteemed test knitter for exclusive designers. She ain't just some amateur. She was a finalist in Sock Madness. What, you never heard of Sock Madness? The time speed sock knitting competition? She almost took that shit down. Maureen also be on that culturally diverse shit. Need a yarmulke? Need a prayer mat? Maureen's got you covered. So come on down, check out Maureen's handmade goods. Otherwise, me and some of my associates may have to come pay you a visit.
The world is a terrible place, full of terrible people doing terrible things. Thankfully, there's a weekly live stream that doesn't sugarcoat it for you. Join Major Tom Saturdays at 10 p.m. for The Big Empty. That's Major_Tom on D Live. Make sure to use zeros for O's because your life really is that hard.
Hello, my name is Frozen Asian, and I'd like to tell you about my show, The Sunday Night Shit Show, every Sunday night at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Along with good conversations and laughing at funny and weird shit we find on the internet, we also have the Hat Cam, where I showcase my myriad of great-looking hats.
What kind of hat is Frozen wearing today? Fun and cool or super gay?
I hope your next hat is a bullet.
And there you have it. So subscribe to the Sunday Night Shit Show at youtube.com/Sunday Night Shit Show. And hope to see you there on Sunday nights. Bye.
C44420. JJ Stoner. Say my name, bitch. Say my name. Say my name, bitch. Say my name. Say my name, bitch. Say my name. It's all good fun, dude. Stop taking yourself so fucking seriously. Don't forget to dump on him. JJ Stoner. JJ Stoner. JJ Stoner.
There's a place that we can go to watch old things. All the warm, fuzzy member berries it brings. It's a special little spot tucked away on D-Live. Enjoy the joy of Pessy. Campy old movies and old cartoons. We hope to see you over there very soon. It's our special little spot tucked away on D-Live. Enjoy the joy of Pessy. When we were kids and there wasn't any school, we'd sit and watch all the best cartoons, eating cereal until it was noon. We never thought that 30 years later it'd still be cool. Saturday night and cheesy movies, the ones that used to show us boobies. It's our special little spot tucked away on D-Live. Enjoy the joy of Pessy. Enjoy the joy of Pessy. Enjoy the joy of Pessy.
This just in! The global officials that can help all, also known as Got You, have now banned all boogieing and boogie-related movements worldwide. Public safety is the main concern, they say, and people are reminded that boogieing is contagious. Anyone caught boogieing will be dealt with in the harshest terms police have reported. More at 11.
Hey, Tama, the guy who did the Carl's II song, Irrational Times, is in the chat. Sub to Irrational Times, everybody.
Hey, what's up, Irrational Times? You're fucking lit. Keep making that content, bro. I love you.
Fuck yeah, Irrational Times. We love you, bro.
Nanobot. My little nanobot. My little nanobot. My little nano. Ba 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 ba. Nanobot. My little nanobot. My little nano. Ba 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 ba. Nanobot handy. You seem really nice. Captain, if you need help, please blink twice. The way she's acting, and I'm kinda scared. She's gonna shave your head, then marry your hair. She never cleans, she's really lazy. She's giving master classes on being crazy. It's looking bad now that you're back at the lake. It's looking like the whole thing was one big mistake. Nanobot. My little nanobot. My little nanobot. My little nano. Ba 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 nanobot. She's so hot. Shake what you got. My little nano. Ba 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 nanobot.
Right now, it's like
My little nanobot.
Yesterday.
My little nanobot. She's so
You're an IRL
hot.
celebrity, Nano.
Shake what you got. My little nano.
Go buy like me.
Nanobot.
What?
No, did you see that he likes
So everybody likes you.
you? I like you, Captain.
MaxiPad, 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 Maxi.
How's she going, boys?
And now, it's time for everyone's favorite game show. Here's your host and the lovely assistant.
Oh, Dixie, you're so silly. We're
He
not
got it
playing
wrong.
games.
Oh, yes. No
Who
games
does
tonight.
that?
We have a special guest tonight. There's no,
Yay.
we're not playing any games tonight. No, nothing like that. And welcome, everyone. Nice to see you. Thank you very much for being here and for coming on a very special night.
Absolutely. Welcome.
Yes, very, very special night. We don't have too many guests. We're trying to get more guests. And
Sure.
you know, specifically people who I've made songs for.
Right.
That would be very nice to get when I make a song.
Nano's great. She's so entertaining. Woo.
Yeah, exactly.
I miss her on Captain's Harvey.
Well, you know, that's out of everyone's control, you know, everything,
I
whatever.
know.
Anyway, let's see how she's doing here and unmute ourselves. Just give me 1 second here to unmute everything. Let's see how loud everyone is. Nanobot, can you hear us?
Pardon?
Can you hear us, Nanobot?
Yeah, I can.
Well, let's see how loud. I think I might have to turn you up just a bit.
Just a bit, yeah.
Just let me.
That's all right.
Cool. You guys in the chat, just let me know if she's loud enough now. I just turned you up a little bit. How's it going, Nana? Nice to talk to you.
Oh, things are all right. It's nice talking to you too.
Perfect. So how have you been? I see you go out on the campuses a lot. That's pretty awesome. That must be fun.
Yeah, I live right next. I live right next to a university, and I got doxxed because I showed part of my house on the stream.
Oh.
Okay.
And it was weird because I got Mexican food on my doorstep from DoorDash today, and I don't know who it's from, but like it's a kind gesture if like I'm correct about the situation.
Is it paid for?
Yeah.
Sweet, eh? Oh well.
That's all right.
Interesting.
So for everyone that doesn't know, Nanobot Andy here is an IRL streamer. So just in case someone doesn't know, she goes out into the streets in the real world and interacts with people,
Right.
and sees what life gives her. And good on you for doing that. It's I love watching people interacting just with strangers, no matter what they're saying. It's always entertaining.
Yeah, I've met lots of cool kids.
So do you find so far the college students that you've talked to this year, do you find them all to be kind of similar in mindset, or do you find a diverse group of thought going on in the universities? What's your thought on that, Nanobot?
Even though how we interact doesn't last more than just a couple minutes, I have learned that university campus, it's a good place to find open minds. And I have talked to a wide range of students. I've talked to people who are graduating, later on than how they joined right after high school, or, I found people who graduated in their late 20s and 30s. And that kind of gives me hope, and I feel gives other people hope about joining university or taking classes, because some people feel it's too late if they didn't join right out of high school.
Sure, yeah, I know a lot of people feel that way. The older you get, the less you want to go back. It feels kind of like you're at a place, you feel like you're not, with in your, in a place that you're comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah.
Go on, please.
Oh, I was just gonna say that I had a friend whose mother graduated, and pursued a career in her late 50s. So it's never too late to go back to school.
That's true.
Wow.
Now, what would you say to some people that would say it's kind of a brainwashing factory? Have you ever heard that kind of notion?
Although there is a lot of common beliefs taught in university and other schools, it is necessary to pursue a degree so that you complete these courses, and a lot of jobs won't hire without these degrees. So it is. You're not gonna think everything is perfect about society, and that's something. Acceptance is a big virtue to have and hold through these later parts in our life. After our childhood.
Sure. Well, yeah. When you're younger, you're supposed to be an idealistic type of person, and not be jaded with the world. And the older you get, you just naturally become a little more jaded. I think, year by year.
There's still a lot we can do to change. There's so much room for growth.
Sure. Well, we can get to all that in a little bit, but I have to ask you just a selfish question.
Go for it.
What did you think of your song? I have to ask.
I would have really liked if you left. There were some accusations that were. Well, I watched a video of Captain when he was pretty intoxicated, and how he treated me and touched me, and I think you had a misunderstanding of an accusation that was made, and that I wish you didn't put it in the song, because now I can't show that song to children when it would have been a really fun song.
Sure. Well, I don't make songs for children. That's one.
I know,
problem.
but I'm just saying I could have showed it to my family or children if you didn't put that in there.
Well, yeah, I kind of go with what what kind of happens. It's happening in the moment.
I'm saying that accusation wasn't even true. I never accused him of doing what you said in the song. There was an assault, like a mild. I'm gonna call it mild because I sound humble, and whether it's completely respectable to myself to overview these things and not like pursue them further as assaults typically would be handled in my country. Like, I'm not doing anything, is what I'm saying.
Sure. And it's just in my defense of the song lyrics, I had no idea of any of that stuff beforehand. All I caught, you guys were streaming quite a bit, and I only caught certain chunks, as much as I could.
See, that's important. That's really, I understand that's how it works, but I'm just saying that's a pretty deep topic. It's a pretty intense topic to do that kind of thing over, and I'm not complaining. I really like the song as a whole. I find it very flattering that you would write a song about me, and not in a romantic sense. I know you're married.
Of course not. No, of course no. I don't want to give the lovely assistant any ideas.
I'm not even going there.
Yeah, no, don't. Oh my goodness, my intentions were completely platonic.
It's all good.
I know. I felt that way too.
Good. I'm glad. Well, I don't want any of that. That's the last thing I would want. Oof.
Yeah, I know. I can tell.
But I had, I miss a lot of things in there, and I do mock a lot of heavy subjects in general. So I'm kind of used to taking things lightly. So I guess I would apologize.
You still managed to create a pretty fun song in the greater scheme of things. So thank you for that.
Oh, no problem, Nanobot. Thank you for I don't know. You provided us some great entertainment. The lovely assistant especially fell in love with you there in a platonic way.
Yeah, exactly. I was obsessed.
Okay. So you're in Utah now. You're back home. I don't know. I like that you go and interact with people, even if so you're featured on IP2 whenever you stream. That's correct, right?
Basically, yeah.
Yeah. So it's to me it's odd that for you to have to deal with the fact that a lot of your audience would disagree with a lot of your just your views on things and what you say, and how do you deal with that?
As much as I feel less than you think it would, because what I've came to grasp is that people do like how I respect my values. Even if it's conflicts with what they believe.
Oh, you're cutting out, Nano. Sorry about that. You're cutting out a little bit there.
Is it better?
Hey.
You're back.
Okay.
Yeah, I always feel for you guys out in the streets, because even like when you're doing the IRL stuff, because your chat, even if they agree with what you're saying or laughing at it, they're always your chat. You can't win. Like that. Say if you're inside, they want you to like go outside, and if you go outside, they want you to go inside. Basically, I understand that, but I just know that the just a lot of what you talk about with people, when people that watch you would see that. I know that they disagree and vehemently with it, and I just wonder how. I asked Chicken the same thing. I interviewed Chicken Andy last week, and I asked him the same thing about how he deals with all just the negativity in it too. And so it's kind of a common question with the IRL streamers.
I'm just gonna bring it up now. Chicken Andy and I have extremely similar. Similar, like, different beliefs about things. Like, for one, Chicken Andy is a blatant racist, and I don't want to talk bad on Chicken because he's my friend, but no, he does blackface and listens to extremely derogatory music on stream, and he is a racist. Him and his girlfriend both, and, like, it's important to stand up to racism, and I just don't want to go in the direction where I seem like I'm trying to insult them, but no, like...
No, I guess my question would be, is that, like, Chicken wouldn't be alone. If you would consider Chicken to be that way, I imagine you might look at most streamers in that circle of people that way, would you not?
Bad.
Sure.
That's bad. That's really bad. You need to call them out. Make sure you say something when you see racism.
But would you consider jokes about racism just as abhorrent?
I don't think those jokes are funny. And jokes are disguised for racism to come into public.
Well, that's one way of looking at it. Another way is that like, jokes kind of bring people together in the way that it breaks down barriers to let you kind of just interact with each other on kind of a different level.
People who are joking, air quotes, they just don't think it's necessary to respect that race, so they make a joke about it. No, it's very necessary to not use derogatory slang and to avoid crude racial remarks when making jokes. It can be done. Don't worry. There's still funny jokes without racism.
Can I tell you a racist joke?
Please no. I wouldn't want you to say that on stream.
Oh, okay. Well, I could prove that they can be funny, though.
I'm not doubting that, like, there is humor to these things, but they're wrong.
Okay, well, we could have learned a little something about each other, but that's okay. I'll move on. Anyways, what else? Jeez, my goodness. I must say, I found when you were in the tunnel, you found a tunnel with a bunch of graffiti in it.
Oh yes. A bunch of chalk art.
I love that. That was a great little tunnel. Oh, was
Yeah,
that
that
chalk
was a fun
art?
tunnel.
That was chalk?
Yeah, it was chalk. It's so, yeah, college kids will come with their chalk and draw all over the sides of that tunnel, and it's always pretty thoroughly decorated.
Nice. I thought that was paint myself. That's nice to know. Because I was gonna say I noticed that your name was there a couple of times. That was pretty cool.
Oh, it didn't say Nanobot Andy. It just said Nanobots.
Okay, well, at this point, you know what? Whenever I hear Nanobot, I'm only ever going to think of you. I'm not going to think about the actual Nanobots.
You know? I get that.
You've kind of taken the place in my heart of Nanobots.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I mean, I know what you mean. But see, I communicate about Nanobots pretty thoroughly. I do it a lot. So for me, I don't have that yet. But actually, there's this one song. It's I forgot the university, but there's this one kid who goes, and the molecular robotics department at his university and him made a song that's a cover of Havana by Ariana Grande, and it's called Nanobots.
Okay.
And he goes, and he sings the word nano in the song, and I feel like my name is being called when I listen to that.
So you'll have to excuse me for I've just kind of discovered you probably a month ago, maybe was it?
Okay.
So I must have to ask first, in person. What is the story about the nanobots? Like, what do you believe about nanobots? Would you like to?
Okay, so I was given that name. Oh wait, so is that two questions, kind of?
No, I was just curious about the name, basically, and if there's something behind it.
All right. Okay. Oh yeah. Well, the first stream I ever did on IP2 was with Captain Content when he. I actually met him while he was doing IRL on the Las Vegas Strip, and we were speaking about terrorism and nanobots, and one of the viewers, after, I don't remember if it was before or after we got to the compound in Las Vegas, which is a streamer house if you're unfamiliar. I was given the name Nanobot Andy because I talk about terrorism and nanobots.
Okay, and who's using the nanobots as for terrorism? The governments?
Let me tell you, this is really important that you. It was a very strange day, but in Las Vegas, just out of a strange coincidence, I ran into the same. I ran into the same person who was walking inside of public bathrooms and spraying them with their own product, which was, like a terrorist poison. And by the third time, I'd seen them in a third different building. Like, I saw them once in the grocery store, once in the library, and I think once somewhere else. Well, no, it was 3 different times in the same day. I just had the guts to ask her, "What country do you work for?" And you know what she told me? She told me, we don't work for our country's governments. It's not our government. These are terrorists that their nationality is different, but these are gangs that are not. These are gangs. These are gangs. This is terrorist gang. This is terrorist mafia. They don't work for the government of whatever country.
So
If
they'd
you
be
see someone
above. They'd be above the governments.
It could easily well, let's see. This something that's really comforting in society is that most things can be compared to other things that have happened in history.
Okay.
Like, okay, let's compare Yakuza to the Mexican cartel. The cartel can wire through governments easily. They can hop around from any country they want and corrupt government. Terrorist gang here in the U.S., like ISIS and Yakuza, they do the exact same things.
Okay.
Let me just explain. If you don't know what Yakuza is, they are a terrorist gang, and a lot of them are Orient based. So this started from I remember back when I didn't know what Yakuza was, and I remember my friend saying, "Hey, my friend told me that they were the Chinese mafia in Las Vegas, but it's not just Chinese. Like in Vegas, the Chinatown is one giant street, and there's like the Korean markets, Vietnamese markets. So it's basically all these Oriental markets on the same big street in Vegas. So that's what I believe my friend meant.
Okay.
Because I didn't know.
So these street gangs are working, kind of like with the nanobots. For terror.
They leave them in public so people get hurt. Yeah. Or they'll put them inside of food or other products.
Now, does this have anything to do now with what we're seeing with the COVID-19, or?
They're similar things, and it's just really confusing how both of these big things, like a pandemic with a virus and terrorism in our country and other places in the world, it's a global thing. Terrorism is a global issue. These things are happening at the same time, so they can often be mistaken for one another. And terrorists, what I noticed that during the pandemic, especially, terrorists were hopping on the back of the pandemic like a horse, like people, like a cowboy on a horse.
Like a Trojan horse, maybe.
Let me explain what I'm thinking right now. So lots of stores that remained open, like Target, which sells food, making it an essential store. Mm-hmm. They would have special hours for people who are elderly or pregnant or have some kind of special need, like a disability, that they could go shop in a more with limited people going in, which are those people. And there was these 2 Yakuza members going into Target, and I remember one. And so what I'm saying is, I know that doesn't sound super suspicious, but if in the same parking lot on another day, like at 5 a.m. or I was out, and there was these big mafia vehicles right outside the Target store before the store had opened. So what I'm saying is that these people go inside stores and poison them while
there's weaker people in there in the mornings when they have these hours.
Or before shoppers come in the day.
Yeah, so they basically crop dust the store.
What does that mean?
Oh, well, when there's a farmer that wants to get some pesticides over his field, a low flying plane flies over and crop dusts pesticides over his field. Now, I mean, I'm being a little facetious. Obviously, there's no planes involved. Or maybe
I understand what you mean. They spray the store.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's this mechanical biohazard spray with nanobots in it, and they'll put it on the product. So if you've noticed, just strangely, that there's this starchy stuff on your product, or that there's a strange dust that may move, I remember I was at the grocery store that I shop at, and I saw like this dust that was moving, and it's like I swear I saw something move. And it's dust. It's not just gonna move. It was nanobots. It was like nano dust on my soup cans at the grocery store.
Now, shouldn't they be able to get into the soup cans? Or
I'm not saying they're not in. I'm not saying they're not in the soup cans already, but just sitting on top of a product until it can move into a person's home, where they're that's just it's a huge way of doing things because these nanobots do self-replicate. They do disperse more nanobots. I'm just trying to think of what it's like to hear this for the first time, and if.
Well, I've been down many internet rabbit holes, many, and some that I would be embarrassed to say that I caught on to one way or another. So listen, I have an open mind, for sure. I'm just trying to, I'm trying to play it out. I'm trying to talk it out and play it out a little bit in my mind.
I'm just trying to think of what it's like to be let's just say you have a viewer that has no idea about what I'm talking about. I'm just trying to explain that there are people trying to make others sick in society, and they do it with these things called nanobots that you can't really see, that are on products you would buy at the store, and they go inside your body.
So how can you avoid this if they're that small and there's like, dust basically on any product you buy? I mean, that's terrifying.
First of all, yeah, it's horrible. It's truly terror. Well, first thing you can do is watch around for strange activity. Or if the Lord gives us intuition about these kinds of things to keep ourselves safe. And if you see someone leaving strange things on products, or if you're working at a store and you have a coworker who's maybe letting someone into the store that shouldn't be there, or you see someone doing something strange to products or food before it's served, make sure you tell someone immediately and contact law enforcement, because a lot of these things are terrorism.
Now, who invented the nanobots? Because they're not natural, right? I mean,
I can't. Well, no, I can't. I don't know who invented the nanobots. I know ISIS has been using them for like 15, 20 years. But I mean, it's been going up exponentially for the last little while, but...
Well, it sounds to me like, look, I'm not that religious. I'm God-fearing, but I'm not like an evangelical or a fanatic by any means. But it sounds to me like these nanobots... I find a lot of societies trying to hide God, and, it sounds like the nanobots might be the closest thing to Satan,
No, okay, let me stop you right there. Okay. It's true. ISIS is Antichrist. Okay. ISIS pushes really heavy Antichrist beliefs onto the people that they hire. Extremely.
For sure.
Yeah, that's a thing. No, there's literally Antichrist terror gangs that will corrupt people. And I was told by a member of these gangs that they will literally they target youth they target youth in general. They'll go to schools and put nanobots in them so the kids get sick, but they don't really know what's happening. Or
because every September the kids go back to school and they get sick.
No, it's not like that.
No, I'm saying that's when they do it probably.
No, they do it all year round. They do it like every day. And attacks in schools, and silent attacks that don't really have symptoms other than brain damage.
Yeah, I'm noticing the kids are getting stupider.
No, don't say that. These are children, and it's really important to...
Not mine. I have a 9-year-old, not mine. But all the other ones.
No.
Come on, I'm just joking, Andy. I'm just joking, Nanobot. I can't help it.
This could be happening to your child if you have children.
I do have one.
Yeah, this could be happening. Now that you know about this, make sure to bring it up with your children and or their teachers, because their teachers could know about this too. And other children at schools can be corrupted. Imagine a child doing something for money. I think if the child does not understand what they're doing fully, they would have a great time doing that, especially with how little Okay, excuse me. Let me just clarify what I'm trying to say. A lot of children would do something for money.
I would hope that as an adult, no one would take advantage of a child for money.
Oh no, I was told no. What I was saying right before, like what I was told by a member of these terror gangs that they will literally go to elementary schools and recruit.
ISIS terrorists at elementary schools.
Yeah.
Good lord. I mean, I would definitely, in my local area, I will definitely keep a vigilant watch for that. And it would.
They do. These crimes are meant to be done. They're meant to be hidden in plain sight.
Sorry, Nanobot, I just had a revelation. Is this what all the immigration? Is this why like immigration is so rampant these days? Is that part of it? Because in my small town, it's even there's a lot of immigration here, and I'm just wondering, is that why?
I wouldn't pin this on immigrants because that's a pretty. I wouldn't pin this on immigrants. If immigrants are committing crimes, let me just say this: that there's so many white terrorists. There are so many white terrorists. This does not race. This does okay. Let me.
But who's mostly in ISIS though? Is ISIS like a kind of like a white group?
No, ISIS is Islamic terrorism. Oh my gosh, scream that. There is so much Islamic terrorism around us in society. But with that, there's also gangs like Yakuza and other gangs that are terror gangs.
Okay.
So it's important not to say, oh, it's one ethnic group or another. Because it's not just them.
Well, I just like to know who to keep an eye out for at my school, right? I mean, I have a child, and I don't want him exposed to any nanobots at the, like that kind of. I don't know. I just like to know who's spreading this stuff.
Ask if they see kids doing things like putting things places, like a lot. Oh, I would be worried about them being served in the food. Or no, here's a big one. They'll find the drinking fountains.
Oh, yeah.
Terrorists will like put them on drinking fountains and such.
Yes, yeah. They still have drinking fountains. That's at least, I mean, they're not segregated anymore. Where I lived in Nanobot, now this is a joke. They just unsegregated the water fountains. I'm joking.
That's a really distasteful joke.
Oh, sorry.
I was thinking
my
about
other racist joke was actually funny. That one was just would have been. I'm actually not a racist. I like freedom of speech, Nano. That's my angle. I'll be honest there. I don't
make sure you don't say racist jokes like that, so you don't have to clarify if you're a racist or not.
Well, I mean, it sounds like it sounds like you're concerned about that kind of thing, and I'm just trying to like.
I was when you said there's no water fountain, like something about the water fountains. I was thinking about how during COVID that a lot of businesses covered their water fountains and wouldn't allow them for public use because there's a pandemic and they didn't want to share germs. That's what first came to mind, and then I was like hearing this blatantly racist joke. I mean, I'm not calling you a racist directly, don't worry, but like.
Oh, I'm not worried.
Yeah.
No, I'm quite, fine with whatever anyone wants to, call myself. You have to have confidence, in your own self to, that kind of thing. But that's neither here nor there, I suppose. But I do believe in freedom of speech because if you start it's a slippery slope if you start trying to shut people down for thoughts and not even words, because God knows I haven't said a bad word, but when you're trying to shut down thoughts, that's very dangerous, Nanobot.
I just don't want racism to be practiced in our society.
Well, what about history? What about bringing up the fact that there used to be segregated water fountains? Is that racist just to bring up the fact?
No.
Well, why can't I make a joke of saying that my area is so old-fashioned that we just, unsegregated the water fountains?
Because it's joking like that's okay.
Well, what if I'm saying that I wish my hometown was more progressive? Why? What if that was the joke?
Like progressive. Like how so?
Well, progressive in the ways you're talking about, like as far as accepting everyone and trying to shut down racism and that kind of thing.
That would be. I mean, hearing a joke about that wouldn't hurt, I guess, but I don't really know what you're talking about in specific.
Well, cancel culture, basically. Have you heard of that?
I've heard of this. I don't know what it is.
Well, this is where people are trying to shut comedians and artists down for words they use that might not even be necessarily bad words, but just bad ideas in other people's minds.
This is important that you hear this, because I don't mind living in what someone calls cancel culture, because I've literally been there, sitting right there, while my black friend just says nothing to the racist, like the racist joke or the racist song or the racist thing that is being played right in front of his face. They're not going to say anything. A lot of them don't say anything because they don't want to they don't want to be that person. Okay, that's really shitty, and my heart breaks when I'm around that.
Is this streamers you're talking about?
I'm literally talking about a streamer. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Nano, I mean, you've involved yourself in this culture that that is their thing, where they get offensive donos to try to make money, and this is how they've decided.
Yes. I'm talking about when Alice was saying that Alice had some missing items, and she's like, "This is why I don't hang around with these people."
Yeah.
When Simply Terrell was sitting there on the couch.
And would Simply Terrell defend himself?
Do you know who No, he just said nothing.
Well, what was he upset?
No, but you could tell, wouldn't you be hurt?
Well, if someone offended me, I would stand up for myself.
No, do you know Simply Terrell is black?
Yeah, and he's an adult. He's not a kid, though.
I know, but most people don't say anything because they don't want to look bad, okay? I don't mind saying things, and I do not mind living in cancel culture. Cancel culture is a good idea because then people don't get hurt.
But then what if they try to cancel you, Nano, over something you say that might be taken out of context?
Then I'll probably just, considering that someone would try to do that in a really meaningful, non-trolling way, I'd probably think about my actions, and I'm not doubting that I would agree with what they were doing and stop saying whatever I did.
Well, Nana,
I came along.
You've surrounded yourself with a community of people that's a very small community, by the way. I mean, as far as the percentage of society who've decided that's what they want to do. Now, in the outside of that community, people don't act like that. And racism has actually been weaponized against us, regular people, for the last 5 to 6 years. And that's basically my opinion of it. But the community. I mean, why would you continue hanging with this community if you're worried about that kind of thing?
Because I love them and they're my friends.
Well, then, I guess they accept you for your ideas, so I guess you might have to kind of understand what position they're in as far as what they've decided to do.
I've gotten them to speak about it less when I bring it up.
Yeah, it just seems like that's kind of the community that's how they kind of make their money, was through donations like that. And the first time I saw you get upset with a donation, I was very shocked.
Those donations are bad. They shouldn't be playing that media. I don't think they understand that. No, I think they do understand, and just a lot of the time they play it because they don't care to defend these people, or they actually share these racist beliefs, which is true. I know people who do this.
I believe some of them might be, but I think some of them, a lot of them might just want to go along with it to make donation money.
If you don't think racism is that bad, no, Alice is so blatantly racist. Alice really does believe in those racist beliefs.
Okay.
And when I told her to stop,
well, how much power does Alice have as a person in power to change?
She has quite a few viewers.
Well, yeah, but I mean, Nanobot, in the big scheme of things, who's making the decisions, and who's making the laws that affect people more? It's not myself or Alice or you or
a lot of these beliefs are meant to sway others.
Yeah, but there's no swaying others when the people that are in power, this is what I always think when I see the activists like Antifa out in the street, and even any kind of gay rights, BLM. They have the corporate sponsorship behind them, right? Every commercials you see on TV.
Sometimes, yeah.
No, commercials you see on TV push the women's movement, gay rights, all of this stuff. So when if you're an activist, who are you acting against when you have the corporations and the government on your side pushing all these narratives for a long time now, here's an example, Nanobot. In Canada, for our government, for years, me growing up here in the 80s and 90s, we were told that we were the most tolerant people in the world, right? That we accepted everybody, whatever gender, sex, color, creed, fine. And that's what it felt like around here. It felt like nobody cared about what color you were or who you slept with, and that's the way it was, even in small towns. But in the last 5 years, our government started to tell us that we're horrible people, and we've all been, racist, for all this stuff, and it's just not the truth. It's not the reality.
Okay, hold on. I need you to know that these racists, they hide.
Well, it's a very, very, very small percentage of people you're talking about. People maybe that
if you understood how bad and violent their beliefs and what they literally tell people to understand and believe are, I was in a Discord chat the other day and I was listening to this. I heard this firsthand. There was a guy saying that interracial births are disgusting and that you should stay with your own race.
Well, is he going to stop them from happening?
Maybe.
I don't think so. I don't think anyone's going to be...
Maybe someone doesn't want to be around black people anymore because they heard that.
That's highly unlikely. I mean...
you'd hope so, huh?
I would assume so. I mean, I just feel like, if I was to judge... Bad.
No, there's people saying stuff... They sway people. What I'm saying is they sway people. They literally do. I know it doesn't sound like that's happening,
well,
but
Nana, would you know who sways people? TVs, movies, the media, and the government with their propaganda.
That's why it's really important that we have stuff like Black Lives Matter.
Oh my goodness! So the Black Lives Matter is an extension, basically, and we're working for some levels of government. And can I say this one thing? For the last 6 years or plus or whatever, we've been the media and the government have been dividing us by race, religion, politics, and gender under the guise of tolerance and equality. And so if you're younger, I can understand how you might be, buy into it because it's on repetition. The propaganda is on repetition, Nanobot.
No, my beliefs are actually, my beliefs come from my experience. And if I hadn't seen that on the internet, and if I didn't know that the people who do this shamelessly, I used to not be a part of Black Lives Matter. In fact, I only supported the group for maybe a couple months tops.
Well, do you know who gets all the money from Black Lives Matter?
I don't think of them as a money-making corporation.
Well, someone gets. Where do you think the money goes? Do you know how much money they made in donations?
What money?
People.
Oh, well, that's good.
It's black people. Black person is not the CEO of, or not CEO, but the of the of the.
I wouldn't have thought.
Her name is Ruth. I think it's Ruth Goldstein is the lady who was in charge of the money. A terrorist, a Jewish terrorist who hung out with the Black Panthers and had bomb threats throughout her in the 70s.
I wouldn't have thought this was going directly to black people for the money that Black Lives Matter makes.
Okay, so I'll take one question here from the chat that I see that I think is great. Your Winning TV asks about what do you think about the Asian hate that's being allocated in the news of the last few weeks? What do you think about that? Do you have any opinions about that?
I know so little about Asian hate, but knowing about how racism works, I can't say it's not happening.
Who would be doing the Asian hate, I wonder?
Just anyone. Like, there's no...
So if you saw a pattern of a certain type of race of someone beating up Asian people, and would it be wrong to point that out, or not?
No, it would be important to notice patterns.
Okay, I agree, 100%. So there's been a multitude of videos coming out in the last few weeks of African Americans assaulting Asian people, and that's the.
What are the assaults aggravated by?
It would appear to be not much. It's like there was an elderly Asian person, and there was a few other videos of different, just out in the streets. Like you don't hear any volume.
Are they aggravated by a comment?
No, these Asian people, Asian people are pretty timid by nature, I would say, and they're not really too boisterous and trying to,
It's important not to use. Never mind. I was going to say stereotypes are kind of ridiculous, but.
Well, would you label the Asian people in general as a louder type of person or quieter?
American culture is very different than most countries, I'd say.
Okay. Yeah. I would just think they seem a little more or less boisterous and I don't know, they seem a little more reserved. Japanese, Asian, Chinese, all the different Asian races, which I'm sure I'm forgetting many of them. I just named off a couple of the main ones. Look, hey, to be honest, Nanobot, I actually, I have no hate in my heart. I just like talking about this stuff. That's why it's interesting to me. That's all.
All right. Well, it's good to ask questions when you need to know something.
Yes, no, I mean, that's what we're doing here. We have to learn. We all have to learn. So you're 22. Do you go to college, or do you attend the college there, or should I not ask? I don't know if that's kosher to.
Oh no, that's not. It's fine. You asked. I dropped out my freshman year, but I think I might take classes this fall.
Oh, nice. Okay, cool. And what would you be taking there?
I'm not sure yet. That's kind of what's keeping me, is that I don't know what I want to study.
Maybe you should study chemistry.
I don't think I'd ever pursue a career in something like that. So that's probably a low chance I'd do that.
I thought it might be a way to learn about or to figure out nanobots. Maybe you could figure out a way to wipe them out.
Yeah, maybe.
Huh. Just you never know.
I kind of hope someone else will do that. I'm not saying, just let somebody else do it. I'm just saying I'm very young, have like zero knowledge about this kind of, like that kind of science, like little to none. I mean, I know a lot about nanobots. It's just that I don't know how to stop them. But there's people who know how to do this, and I think they should really pursue that.
Okay, there was one thing I was asked to ask you about, and that is when you stream live. And I know that I've asked, and we've gone down some rough roads to talk about tonight, and I don't know. Hopefully, haven't been that horrible of a host for that reason. But I love watching your streams. But as someone else pointed out as well, I would implore you to please fix your bitrate or something like that. It's hard to watch. It buffers quite a bit.
At this point, like, it's hard to tell when people are trolling and when people aren't.
Sure.
But yeah,
most definitely. Have you ever watched your streams back?
Yeah, I'll be sure to check my quality. Thanks for bringing me up.
Yeah, it's not a troll by any means. It's just a matter of...
Oh, I get that.
Yeah, it's just a matter of, like, I would love to watch your streams, but you watch about 3 seconds, and then it pauses for about 5 seconds, and then... Yeah. Anyways, but that's... other than that, I would, I would love to watch. I love when you go out and talk to people and interact with people and see what, as they say, the kids are saying. And I hope I wasn't too hard on you, Nanobot, because I really do enjoy...
oh, no. I feel fine.
Nice. Well, I'm glad, because I think those kind of conversations are important, right? And sorry, I'll let the lovely assistant say something before we go.
I don't have anything to say.
She has nothing to say. No problem.
Listening.
Just check. Wanted to make sure you...
No.
I just wanted to give the woman some space. I like to give women their space, especially safe.
That's good. That's good.
Yes. Oh, by the way, Nanobot, this is my lovely wife. We call her the lovely assistant, by the way. I should have introduced you. I'm so rude.
It's all good. Hello, Miss Nanobot.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for coming on, Nanobot. I appreciate it so much.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Thanks for having me. Oh, no problem anytime. And we'll, I'm sure we'll be seeing you around the stream. I'll be saying hi in the chat and stuff with that, I'm sure, whatever, in the Discord.
Mm-hmm.
But you have a great evening, and we'll be talking to you soon.
All right, you too. Have a great night, you guys.
Yeah, you too. Bye-bye, Nano.
See ya.
See ya. Okay, let me just get out of here. There we go. Okay. Beautiful. Well, that was Nanobot Andy, everybody. There you go. So there we go. Thanks again for coming on. I know it was an interesting conversation there. I know it was
a... tell about nanobots. I didn't know none.
How would you? I understand. Yes, we learned all about nanobots.
She should think about teaching. She taught me.
Yeah, exactly. No, it was a good time. So I'm just reading the comments now. It's oh my goodness. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed that. And let's see what's going on. What's today? Tuesday?
Tuesday.
Tomorrow new song day? I believe tomorrow's new song day, isn't it?
It's up to you. It's your song.
Yeah. So that was.
I just think you should take a break and roll a joint, and then maybe come back with a new song.
Oh, you want me to do the new song tonight?
I don't know. I know your butt's so cheap for it.
No. We have like 10 minutes left of this show. We need.
I can't see the time.
Well, it's only 10 minutes left. Look,
okay.
Yeah, because we need content for tomorrow. We're not swimming in content, as as some people might think.
All right, fair enough.
Well, look, by the way the chat is, I'm glad everyone had a great time and enjoyed it. Everyone thoroughly loved it. I can see in the chat. Thank you so much for all the kind words there. See how now I can clip that and just right. That little part there. Anyways, I love you guys. You guys are hilarious. So, listen here. What to do here now? We only have 10 minutes left. I felt like that was as good a time as any to wrap it up before. Farewell. Yeah, before we went too far into things. I don't know. After. Yeah. Oh, thanks for all the for the ice creams, guys. Appreciate it. Yeah. And let's see here.
Dance like Ricardo.
I should dance like Ricardo for the lemons? Oh my god. Oh, Winning TV wants to be jib-jabbed. Nice. Let's see here. Oh, Phil, I think Phil got some of your best jib-jabs. Now, I was going to start working on a Phil song for Winning TV very recently, but then I started hearing allegations and thinking I'm mean. I don't know. No, see, I don't know what he's talking about. What I said on Sandra's show that would have been considered mean because it was a long show and I was just, I don't know, rambling on. Sometimes I was probably making sense and other times I was just making stuff up. I don't know. Oh my goodness. So look, no, Phil, I'm not mean at all. I don't think I'm mean. I don't like to, anyways. Even though JJ has said it enough that I feel like, you start to feel like after a while, oh, maybe is it me? Am I mean? But no, I know it's not. Look, I could have been mean to Nanobot. We didn't agree on. I don't think I was mean. I tried to.
You're very nice.
I like having those conversations with people that I don't know. Anyways, let's see here. Okay, well, I'm trying to think of what else is going on here. So tomorrow will be a new song day. I did give it a sneak peek, Sunday night, but that wasn't right here. That was like at a secret little place. Right. So tomorrow night it will be a new song, which is oh my god, Lux Maximus.
I can't believe you forgot.
Yeah, so check that out. This is coming up. Okay, Play Money Plane, Root says. That can be arranged. Oh yeah, Nightwave is up next. Okay, in 10 minutes. That's good, I guess. Where's Adam Goldman at? I haven't seen Adam Goldman in a while. He must be busy counting all of his money.
Yeah, shekels.
Anyways. Well, yeah, okay, Maureen. Well, look, that's what I think too, but anyways, that would be it would have been rude to go about it from that angle. Just okay, you want me to listen to it with you? Well, I always listen to it. Let's see. Do I hate who, Manuel? Who was I just talking about? Mersh? Do I hate Mersh? Or anyway, no, I don't hate Mersh. I like Mersh. If we must, or Adam Goldman, maybe. Well, maybe. I think that's A.G. Luck. I'm pretty sure. Anyways, yes, Maureen. Well, look, I think by at least being cordial, I think I at least got some interesting stuff. I believe. Yeah. We did almost the full hour. I'm pretty proud of that. It felt like at any time it could have just derailed horribly, which I kind of like that feeling, and trying to keep things on the rail and try to, naturally.
Where's it gonna go?
Where's it gonna go? Exactly. Because, I can't even, I don't know, I can't help myself, but even though of course I was holding back quite a bit just for so many reasons, but Anyways, why don't I try to bring up Money Plane? And yes, I'll watch it with you. Of course. I don't know what to.
Are you gonna hold his hand?
Yeah, Roots, can you hold my hand?
Aw, that is sweet.
Let me see here. Oof. Yeah. And I have to apologize for last night. Oh my God, the show last night. I was wiped out after Friday's 5 in the morning partying, then Easter, staying up to do the Easter stuff, and then waking up in the morning, 5 in the morning, Easter Sunday, to hunt for the eggs. Then staying up late with Sandra Sunday night on her podcast, on her D-Live thing, and oh my God. Then
relax and sleep.
So last night was a horrible show. I probably should have just went to sleep. I was so dopey. Extra dopey. I know, usually I'm dopey, but anyways. So look. Yeah, she did. She seemed fine. Yes, no problem there. Oh, you missed the whole interview. Yeah, no, we left. I think we left on a good note, even though we had some heated exchanges. Take a song back. No. Look, the song was. I think I was a little rough in the song, but at the same time, I just called it like I saw it. I guess
right.
I want to say. I mean, I was kind of just going by what was happening in the moment in the chat. I understand her objections about it. Right. I would too if I was her. Yeah. And
but you aren't meant for children.
No, it's not meant for children, and I hate to sound like this. I don't want to sound pretentious, but as an artist, I can't hold back sometimes. Right. In the, there is some ways I can hold back, and still have the artistic credibility that I would like to have in my mind, at least. But there's certain things that I just felt like I had to address, and seeing, oh, you got some 5 a.m. roofing. Oh, there you go, cervix. Mm-hmm. And seeing Captain's face when the song was playing, and he was just looking at the camera like, "Oh, why did you say that?" It was kind of priceless. And I like Captain. I have no problem with Captain or Nano, but it's just they're putting themselves out there, and they understand. Right. I'm sure they would. Yes, not everything is meant for children. Maureen agreed 100%. Yes, the IRL community is most certainly not meant for children. Can you imagine?
No.
Anyways, on that note,
you're gonna watch Money Plane?
Yeah, baby.
Fuck who's on that plane? I'm the baddest motherfucker on the planet. I am Darius Grouch III, the Rumble, and I am taking down the Money Plane. Now bring me my money.
It's called a money plane. Some of the baddest motherfuckers on the planet are on that plane, all craving action. Whatever you want to wager on, Money Plane has you covered. You want to bet on a dude fucking an alligator? Money Plane.
Okay, guys. Thanks a lot for hanging out. Appreciate it. We'll say goodbye now, but we'll stick with you. Don't worry, we'll stick with you. But we're going to hit the post and say goodnight to everyone there. We'll see you tomorrow.
The stakes are high above the clouds. Illegal gambling's all around. Step aboard, you're on the money plane. If you ever wondered if this guy could fuck an alligator, well, just put your money down. Let's see what happens later. Here comes the money plane, straight to release. Here comes the money plane, that classic masterpiece. Here comes the money plane, all full of cash. If you wanna see who shits the most, well, you can bet your ass we got the edge. And praise your crane, gonna ride that flying plane, soaring through those lawless skies. Money plane, it's a way of life with Charlie Sheen's our ex-wife and some guy that looks like D.L. Hughley. Money plane, get out the way before Kelsey Grammer makes you pay. I thought he'd make a more convincing villain. Money plane, got Thomas Jane, that just seems kind of insane. I guess those parts, they just stopped coming. I don't want to give the plot away, but there's some money up on that plane, and everybody wants to get a piece, and everybody gets a roll. So even washed up teen star Joey Lawrence makes a cameo. Whoa, the money plane, you only go one way when you're riding on the money plane.
We're only going one way when you're riding on the money plane. Woo!
It's called a money plane.